All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. The Green Bay Packers just made an unbelievable move. The Green Bay Packers are expected to sign former Raiders running back Josh Jacobs to a free agent contract. NFL Network insiders Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero reported Monday per sources. Oh my freaking goodness. Aaron Jones, by the way, if you're wondering if this means he's not going to be back next season, he's going to be back. I'd say there's over an 85% chance. This is now officially the best running back duo in the National Football League. And real quick, we're going to do a live reenactment of me 10 seconds ago when I found out these news. I'd spit out my drink. The Las Vegas Raiders lost Josh Jacobs, who 2 years ago was the league's rushing champion, 2022, 1,653 yards, a season that resulted in him earning his first All-Pro honor. Paired up now with Aaron frickin' Jones, the Green Bay Packers now have the best rushing duo in the National Football League. I still think they're probably going to draft a rookie. This still 100% means A.J. Dillon is on his way out. But folks, before we get into today's video, if you enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. I am a diehard cheesehead, so if you're a Packers fan especially, stay tuned because we're going to be posting on pretty much 3 to 4 times a week all off season and all next season. If we try and get this video to 500 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. I can't believe it, dude. I just cannot believe that Goody made this move, and I am absolutely ecstatic. The Green Bay Packers, in my entire life, it feels like, have never been a team where we made big-time moves in the free agency market. In the offseason, it's mainly build through the draft, retain, re-sign your players, and, keep it flexible, build up the offensive line. I actually don't even remember, Packers fans, help me out down below in the comments. I don't remember the last time the Packers made an offensive move that was like this. I'm going to pair him up with Jordan Love. I'm going to pair him up with Aaron Jones, all of our young stud wide receivers, a rising defense with new DC Jeff Hafley. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's just an oh my goodness move. But here's what's important to me. All right. Now, Josh Jacobs had a down season last year, mainly due he only played 13 games. He had a season at the end of the year. The entire Josh McDaniels offense with the Raiders was a complete and utter nightmare. In fact, the Raiders offense in general last season was severely lackluster. And so their offensive line didn't help them out. And it was just so predictable. And unfortunately, Josh Jacobs goes down with an injury in the last, 4 to 6 weeks of the season. And Zamir White, their second-year running back, steps in and, kind of single-handedly with their defense beats the Kansas City Chiefs. And so, Josh Jacobs, they just franchise tagged him this time last year. It was just underperformed. It was underwhelming, right? 233 carries, only 805 yards. He only averaged 3.5 yards per carry. That was the lowest in his entire NFL career. But you're getting him in the prime of his career, 26 years old. He's been in the league for 5 seasons now. He's made 2 Pro Bowls. He made that All-Pro team 2 seasons ago. But here's why it's so important. So, outside of this past season, Josh Jacobs has always been reliable. And I remember, and we've been talking about it recently on this channel because the looming contract negotiations, the contract restructured with Aaron Jones as he enters the final year of his contract. It was like, all right, man, I remember watching him live in Soldier Field absolutely rip apart the Chicago Bears defense. And sooner after that, very shortly, he gets injured. And we see him come back for the final, 3/4 of the season, and he was on a snap count. And, he's still doing his thing, but he was just on a snap count. And so then they let Aaron Jones loose, and he lights it up at the end of the season and especially in the playoffs. But most importantly to me, and because A.J. Dillon also dealt with some injuries last season, we need Aaron Jones, even if it's his final year in Green Bay, which would be very unfortunate. I would love for him to retire as a Green Bay Packer. Not that we're getting close to that, but you get what I'm saying. We need Aaron Jones healthy. And this feels like a Madden lineup with Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones with Jordan Love. Like, it just feels like I just force traded a trade in Madden. I mean, this is unbelievable. So I don't even care about snap counts now. If we're talking fantasy football, I don't even know who to draft. It's crazy. he adds a whole nother level, a whole nother dimension to this already improving, vastly improving Green Bay Packers offense. Folks, we saw Aaron Jones in the 2 postseason games that we played in. He had the 3-touchdown game against the Dallas Cowboys, 21 carries, 118 yards. And then he follows it up against San Francisco, 18 carries, 108 yards, averaging 6 yards per carry at that 53-yard run. Aaron Jones is so dynamic. He can be so explosive. He's just a gamer. He just makes plays. And it felt like this was such a down season with my man, A.J. Dillon. He only had 178 carries for 613 yards. He only averaged 3 4-point yards per carry. And when Aaron Jones went down with an injury, it was like, oh, shoot. And by that point in the season, Jordan Love didn't look like the second half Jordan Love. So, I mean, I can only imagine what this offense is going to look like next year, folks. But I just have to tip my cap off to Goody, our GM, for making a move like this. The window to win in the NFL is so short. And, it's interesting to sign a running back for, bigger money because running backs are quote unquote expendable. And the running back market this year was it's so loaded. Now you're starting to see, like I just saw DeAndre Swift sign with the Chicago Bears. It's just such a loaded class that I never really thought they would make a move like this. So I do 185% believe Aaron Jones will be back with Josh Jacobs. But now we have our franchise running back for the future at just 26 years old, and Josh Jacobs, who, like I said, like we know, lit it up 2 years ago. And so don't, once again, man, because I covered the Raiders on a separate channel, don't look too much into a statistical season last year, because whatever you're thinking the Josh McDaniels era was with Jimmy G in the first half of last year, it double that, triple that, 10x it. Like it was really catastrophically bad. It was like, what the hell is going on in Vegas? Folks, this is an A+ move. Maybe it's technically an A- move because of money and blah, blah, blah. The window is so short to win. And we have our franchise quarterback. And now it's time for Goody to continue like he just did, like he did last year's draft class, like we're going to see in free agency in this year's draft as well. Just continue to improve it. Everybody likes to focus on weaknesses. Oh, we have to improve our weaknesses. I like to double down. I like to double down on my strengths. And that's exactly what the Green Bay Packers just did with this move. 112 rushing yards per game last season, middle of the pack offense as far as the rushing game goes. But once again, we got to take it with a grain of salt because a lot of these dudes, Aaron Jones played 11 games. A.J. Dillon technically played 15 games. This is just awesome. And once again, with the injury concerns or just how, you want to keep your star running back, Aaron Jones, healthy, this is literally unbelievable. So let me know what you guys are thinking, especially if you're a Packers fan. Give this a grade rating. Once again, I'm going with an A+, but maybe if I have to be a little bit less biased, I'd go at least an A-, probably more so towards an A. Thank you guys so much for watching. Ton of content on the way. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. We'll see you soon.